Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins, and Trevor.
The bodily hair, we're more hirsutes, if that's the word. So physically, there are some marked differences with the female of the species. So let's look at that a bit more. As we say, we have greater muscle mass, which inevitably means it leads to greater strength, particularly in our upper body. We tend to have greater stature, and that doesn't mean greater status, but greater height generally.
Yeah.
The average, any idea, Cuz, what the average height of a man in the UK is? You can give me inches or centimetres.
Yeah, so would that be 5 foot or centimeters? I'd say 172.
172. Okay. Well, the average height is 5 feet 10 inches, which actually is 178 centimeters.
Oh, right. Oh.
So 172 is probably what, 5 foot
5.
5 foot 7 or 8, I expect, something like that. But no, it's 5 foot 10. And what about the average height of a woman in our country?
Oh, that one's easy. 5 foot 6.
Well, it's 5 feet 4, which I think is about 162 centimeters.
Oh, wow.
So that sort of confirms that we are generally taller. And of course, all of these things where there is comparison, they don't always apply. These are generalizations which we're talking about. We mentioned we have a deeper voice. We have a much deeper voice, because I try to talk even deeper. I have a fairly deep voice anyway. But
You do,
do you know why we have a deeper voice than our female counterparts?
Is it the testosterone? Testosterone? Is that?
Not directly. I mean, that plays its part, but women also have testosterone, don't forget. No, it's to do with the size of the larynx. We have a bigger larynx, which is also known as the Adam's apple.
All
And
right.
I'll ask you a question there. Why do we call it Adam's apple?
Does it have any biblical connotation?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, basically what it was, in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, there was a thing called the tree of knowledge, the tree of good and evil.
Right.
And who succumbed first to eat the apple that was there? Well, it was the women, but we won't blame them too much. But she then tempted Adam. She said, "Here, have a bite of this, mate," which he did. And the result was, God said, "Right, Adam, you shouldn't have done that. That apple is going to stick in your throats." And that's what this lump is that we guys have in our throat. That's why it's called Adam's apple. I mean, just to say as well, God wasn't very happy with Eve either.
Yeah.
And it said, it's a sad thing to say really, but he said they will often experience a degree of, should we say, discomfort in childbirth. But these clearly are parables. I mean, you wouldn't like to think God punishes people like that, but there we are. That's where those things come from. So we have this bigger larynx, which basically gives us a lower vocal range. As I say, not all men have that, but we generally have a lower vocal range. As we said, we have more body hair. We tend to shave. If we don't shave, we might grow a beard. We have more body on our chest, our abdomen, our legs and arms. That's not to say women don't have hair. Of course they do. And many may shave their legs or whatever else. But generally, it's not in the same degree as the hair that men grow, going back very much to human evolution millions of years ago, I guess.
Right.
And the other physical thing is that we sweat more. Men tend to sweat more than women. We have more active oil and sweat glands, so they secrete more sweat, basically. And it's interesting, really, that in many ways, men don't have the advantage that women do in the clothes that we wear, which can actually help to counteract the sweat that we suffer. I mean, if you go back, the Romans used to wear a sort of a toga type thing, a sarong type dress, you could call it, which obviously was helpful in the areas of sweat. And in actual fact, men wore things like skirts and dresses about 3,000 BC, so 5,000 years ago, long before women ever adopted that kind of garment as a fashion item or something specifically for women. So it's interesting how, we tend to be stuck with shorts or pants, trousers, etc., which don't really help always on hot days like we've had. Glad to say we've had lovely summer recently, but it doesn't help us that, we're kind of a bit stuck. But that's going off at a tangent.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.